So today's video is going to be on a failure to transfer to generator fault. And what I found, this generator began with a shutdown switch error, and the generator is running fine now. But later on, found out that it had failure to transfer. So I shut it off, removed the 7.5 amp fuse. When I have problems like that, I always check the wiring in there. This is going to be difficult to do because it's sunny. My eyeglasses are tinted and I get sun reflecting off the face of my phone. But in there you can see that N1 is yellow, N2 is blue, T1 is also blue, T1 neutral is green, the white is 23 transfer, red is 194, that's 12 volts DC, and the top one is a black 0 ground. Ooh. And over here, what I found is this back here. See that scorch mark on the back right next to where this plugs in? Not a good sign. So that SACM, Smart AC Module, is shot. And if you look in here, it starts at the bottom. N2 is yellow, and 1 is yellow. T1 is blue. T1 neutral is green. 23 transfer is white. 12 volts is red. 0 ground is black. Now, for some reason, N1 or N2 are both yellow here, and one of them is blue over in the other cabinet. And they told me that they had to move the generator from where it originally sat, and that shortened the wires. But what I see is a 6-conductor cable right there. This would be the, this ain't gonna fly, is it? I can't do it. But this yellow one here, that wire is a separate wire run all by itself. It's not part of the cable. So it wasn't because it's got moved. So when I first saw this, I wanted to disconnect this too. Where's my tools when I need them? Okay. Because what happens is all these voltages run in there, and then they go out to the generator. The generator monitors N1, N2, and when it sees one or the other or both gone, it knows there's a utility fault. So it will send a ground back on 23 transfer, and between 23 transfer and 194, it'll activate a coil, which is actually located in the module on a relay, to tell this to transfer by throwing that yellow little square there down to the other coil, so that it switches from the utility, which comes in up there, to the generator, which comes in on the bottom. Now originally, I was wondering, I could see daylight right through that connector up there. And I thought that it was quite possible that water was getting in there when it rained. So I put this duct seal on the back, and the clamp is completely open because when they put the box in, it's all the way to one side. It's not centered on the cable coming across. And the other problem I saw is if rain comes down and lands on this, it'll follow that cable. Now I can't see anything on my phone. Right down into that other connector, which is missing the clamp side of that giant Romex connector. And the water can get right inside, follow the wires right down to the main breaker and take that out. It might take a year, but eventually that will take out a main breaker. But that wasn't the case anyways. I think what happened was the little yellow tool they give you to stick in there to manually transfer it, I think somebody put it in there and then put the cover on. And then when it tried to transfer during a power outage, it hit that front cover, couldn't transfer, burnt that coil out, which took out that. So I'm going to replace the SACM. And I'm still waiting. I'm doing this today because it's sunny out. The weather's not bad. It's already up to 21 degrees. So I'll take this out. I'll leave this totally disconnected so that it can't get power from either direction. And I see where he came in with the utility from the meter down here. It's 3-conductor. And his wires were too short, so he used Polaris plugs to bring the utility to the top. I wish he would have used a 3rd Polaris plug because this neutral cuts right across the front of the smart AC module that I have to somehow turn sideways and get out of there to replace it now. If he used a 3rd Polaris plug like those, he could have taken it up here, brought it around on the top and brought it down. But it's not going to get any warmer. So I want to get this done. I think I covered everything. I brought my $10 meter. I actually got that because it's part of a kit with one of the idiot testers that I use. You put it near power and it goes. But this has real tiny needle type test leads, and they actually fit in places that I need them. So I'm glad. I tried to sell it, tried to give it away, and I still own it. So I'm glad that that occurred that way. His ground is also too short. And you should actually have 2, because the proper way to do this is to leave with the ground, go out to a ground rod, come back to another ground rod, no closer than 6 feet, and then return here with the other end of the ground cable. And that isn't there, but I digress. I need to get this started. I'm going to take the battery and disconnect the positive side just for safety's sake. Turn the breaker off, remove the 7.5 amp fuse, remove the battery. That's the new smart AC module that'll be going in. I just put it in an anti-static bag because it has electronic components. And We'll see how it works at the other end.